Whoops. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Dadnarok. We're here. We're here to talk about we're here to react to a teaser trailer of the new Ghostbusters movie coming out next year, 2024. This is Shaun.
This is Chris, and this is that movie that when we did our whole breakdown, you're like, "Yeah, no, that's not coming out this year." And lo and behold, you were right on that.
Yeah, I knew they hadn't even started filming like at that point, so it seemed a little crazy that they had this. But in a way, I'm kind of glad. Like, I mean, I'd rather a movie take its time and be good. You know.
I don't know if they're
uh,
taking their time or things have just been pushed back because of the writer strikes and actor strikes and
yeah.
all of that. I hope they took their time with it, but I think more it's like we don't have our people to be able to promote our movie.
Everything's so quiet right now when it comes to entertainment. Like, it's you hear crickets. I mean, there's sports, there's football, but as far as like, I feel like a lot of the studios really kind of push stuff out. I think there's going to be a movie coming out in November,
Dune
right?
was supposed to be released, like, this weekend, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
We're getting, like,
yeah,
Trolls 2 Trolls 3,
yeah,
the Hunger Games movie coming out here shortly, so there's a few things coming out, but,
yeah.
yeah, they're being really, careful. But no, let's go ahead and watch this trailer here and see what we think.
Let's do it.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
Jersey. That must be North Jersey.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's why I hate
That's
Ferris
a lot
wheels.
of people's worst nightmare.
Right there, mine.
What is that?
I think she was in the last one.
Yep. See, another example why I'm never getting off Ferris wheel.
It's like the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What was the other time in history?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
He is so good in these movies.
Yeah, he's good in every movie.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Amber, who is joining us again, thank you, Amber, for joining us. She said she thought of Olaf when she seen the ice daggers coming out of the ground.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
I got completely sidetracked. That's hilarious.
Any movie that's gonna have Frozen in the title or any kind of cold, I think it's gonna be
They're gonna want to
there's
build a
gonna be Frozen
snowman.
jokes. Yeah, the cold doesn't bother me anyway. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay. What do you think about that little teaser trailer?
I wish they gave us a little bit more of what that was. Like, who is
Yeah.
it? But in the same vein, I like that they didn't. You know,
hmm
because they're not giving us too much in a teaser. That's essentially what this all was. This is just a teaser.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I like how it's back in New York City. I like
Me
seeing
too.
the firehouse.
hmm
It gave me, even though it was cold, it gave me the feeling of seeing, the State Puff walking down, the street, the Titanic. It gave me those feels, even though it is not ghost we seen. It was all really the cold.
Yeah. I liked it. I'm a little surprised, I guess. I thought that maybe they would go for an international feel, but maybe they're not there yet. I think there are plans to like keep doing Ghostbusters movies and take them to different settings, which I think is a cool idea. But I am happy to see it back in New York just to get that feeling of the originals. And it looks like, I mean, I saw Bill Murray; he's back. Like everybody's back,
Yeah,
which is
the
cool
whole crew. Yeah,
again.
that gave it that authentic feel.
Yeah, but I also saw Kumail, shoot, I forget his name, but he was in, like, The Eternals, he's been in a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff, and, Patton Oswalt is in there too, so, current comedic actors and other charming actors like Paul Rudd, I don't know if he could be as charming as Paul Rudd, but, he's
Paul
in here
Rudd
too,
is
he's
so
back.
great in these movies. I like Paul Rudd, but having him as that was he a substitute teacher in the first one?
Yeah, he was just like a summer school teacher, yeah.
And then that rolled over, until his role he played in the first movie, and now this here when he's wearing the backpack and everything, was fun.
So this is if you guys know Ghostbusters franchise is like I'm way more into it than Chris was. I mean, I was like, watching the real Ghostbusters cartoon as a kid and I loved the first two movies and have that was a big even though 1989 was the year of Batman, for me it was the year of Batman but also Ghostbusters 2, like I was hyped. And Ghostbusters Afterlife, ended up being kind of a sleeper hit where people weren't sure, how it was going to be having a new Ghostbusters movie so many years after, the last, well, especially after Ghostbusters 2, but then also after the
The re
Ghostbusters reboot that came out in 2016 that nobody really received very well. But
and they went
Ghostbusters
down the
Afterlife was
same
really good.
and they went down the same route, which was dangerous that the Power Rangers went down. They went down with the young kids and, like, the
Mm,
basically
yeah.
that kind of vibe to it, which the Power Rangers movie didn't do very well, but this one here, Afterlife, did phenomenal.
Yeah, Afterlife, it was pretty much a success. I mean, it made a lot of money back. It was fun, a lot of positive reviews, and I think they balanced that well between being kind of like an old school Goonies or Steven Spielberg kind of movie, and mixing it with the Ghostbusters lineage and having the actual guys back. Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson. Unfortunately, Harold Ramis couldn't be in it, but I mean, he was still in it,
Yeah, yeah.
that was kind of a great thing to honor him and the character of Egon. Just a great story. I'm excited to have a brand new adventure in New York City and with the Ghostbusters proper doing ghost busting. Like the last movie felt like a lot of table setting, like a lot of
Yeah.
catching up, like not only introducing new characters, but getting us reacquainted with old characters because it's been a long time. And a lot of that movie was spent just kind of reintroducing, what is Ghostbusters. You don't have to do that with this movie. You could just jump right in
Yeah.
to a cool new adventure, and that sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, we know everyone right out the gate here. So,
Yeah,
yeah, there's nothing that they need to set up going forward. I just wanna see I just wanna see more. Like, the ice, coming out of the grounds, what was rolling over the ocean coming to, the coastline. Like you
yeah,
pointed out during the trailer itself, I will ride every roller coaster in the world. I
yeah.
will get on those things that drop you and swing you, all that. I will not step foot on a Ferris wheel. And that scene right there explains to you why.
Amber, we're so glad to have you join us every time. As a Bears fan, I'm ready for some good TV and movies. I am with you. I even told Chris, I was like, I'm no longer a Bears fan. I can't do it anymore. They're just killing me. And anyway, yeah, it's tough. Let's see. The sudden appearance of ice daggers from oh yeah, Olaf, that was fun. Kumail Nanjiani. I think that's correct. I'm probably butchering
You
the
may have butchered how
name
you
as well.
spelled it, but he butchered how you say it. So you got
You're right. Anyway, I like that guy. However you say his name, I like that guy.
Uh,
And Amber loved the original movies as a kid. So did I. This is gonna be another bit hit. I think it's coming out in the spring, which typically
why are they
is
waiting? Why are they waiting? So I mean, we talked
oh,
about the strike and all that, but
yeah.
typically February is not a good release time because that's usually where movies go to die.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
we're falling into that time frame still from the pandemic that there's a lot there. And I
Yeah.
think they could have came out after the holiday season and dropped that on it, and it would be a success because it may not have any competition,
Yeah.
but you're gonna put
Yeah,
it in
that's
spring.
That's true. It may be honestly, it may be just getting special effects done. I mean, there's a lot of spotlights right now, like how Marvel and all these production companies like are using all these multiple special effects companies, and they may strike here at some point. If I don't know if they're unionized, but you got a ton of that going on, so they're probably try to. I would hope at least that they're trying to give those people enough time to make a good finished polished product, that we
Yeah,
can go and see. So maybe that could be, and to just point in fact, like you had mentioned before when we were talking about way back in January, when this thing was announced, that hadn't even started production yet. I think they just stopped filming like only a few months ago. So I think they probably have a lot of effects work. Maybe one of the reasons why we didn't see, even though what we saw in this teaser trailer was pretty cool. Like the effects
yeah,
looked pretty cool. I'm really intrigued to see who this ghost is, and it's cool that he has effect on the real world as far as like, I mean, that's deadly. He could like this ghost could be killing
yeah.
people.
It's like
Um,
poltergeist level. Your people are dying. Your fear is killing
yeah,
people. So it's
yeah, and like, and Stay Puff and Gozer, we never really saw the impact. We just kind of saw cars crash and like people run away and stuff. But this looks a little bit more dangerous, and I like that the Ghostbusters and the new crew are here to help
now.
save the day.
Do you think they're going to walk that line? Because I don't think they should go too dark. Like we may enjoy it if it goes a little darker, but would they risk losing, say, like my son Zach, who loved the first one because it wasn't overly scary?
Yeah,
But I mean, there's got to be some type of
I
peril
think
that
they'll
needs to be
walk.
feared.
Yeah, I think because this is written by Jason Reitman, who directed the last one, who's also the son of Ivan Reitman, the director of the first two. So, and I mean, he's not gonna do anything. He's gonna have to write this thing where it's like too dark. I think they're gonna strike a nice balance. I like that it's a little bit scary. Honestly, I was a huge fan of the real Ghostbusters, that cartoon. That stuff had like crazy, wicked, imaginative, really stuff that was even scarier than the movies. Between the boogeyman and Sam Hain and all the villain, I would love to see some of those villains that they had in the real Ghostbusters
Yeah,
pop up as actual villains in these movies. That would be so cool. But who's to say? I don't know. Maybe the big bad with the extra long fingers in this one is one of those real Ghostbusters villains. I love that it's a mystery so far. I like that.
yeah. I mean, seeing that it's not coming out to the spring, they couldn't give us much because
Yeah,
they'll then ruin it. It's
and
almost
honestly,
like
spring could be as soon as March. That's not too much
yeah,
further than
March, April. Yeah,
yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. But I love this franchise, so
I loved
we'll see.
Afterlife. Like you said, you're a lot more into the Ghostbusters than I am. I enjoyed the first two. I
Yeah,
mean, I enjoyed them, but Afterlife I really enjoyed, and I think I enjoyed that more because Zach enjoyed it as well. So I kind of enjoyed it with my
yeah,
son. So
yeah,
that could be a big part of it. And then now that this is coming forward, I know he's gonna want to see it, which means me and him are gonna go out to the theater as soon as we can to go see it. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to this one as well. I'm really enjoying going to the theater lately. I mean, those
yeah.
I went to the theater 3 out of 4 weeks in a month not that long ago. So, I mean, granted, 2 of them were the Taylor Swift movie back-to-back weeks, and I think I've seen, the Five Nights at Freddy in the theater.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward to going back. I think
Speaking
I'm
of
on the
scary, was that too scary?
nah, not really, no.
No.
It was a Blumhouse movie, and it
Yeah,
was his first introduction to PG-13 in the theater. So,
right.
all the Blumhouse's, like, movie trailers were playing before.
Oh, so the trailers are scarier than the
The
movie itself.
trailers at times were, like, rough
Oh, no.
for
Oh, no.
kids that were going to see it.
Yeah.
The movie itself didn't bother him. The trailers, he was almost out during the trailers.
They really need to rethink how that works because, yeah, I can see that. And honestly, even just taking my daughter to the theater before, like we've run into one or two trailers where it was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with her because I think they can't get away from it. The screen's
Yeah.
huge. The speakers are loud, the jump scares and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that's
did the
maybe a
whole
topic for
head
another
turn,
thing.
hands over ears type thing. There
Yeah.
was some I'm like, "Wow, that's intense."
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I don't know if I like the title very much. It seems a little generic. I guess we'll
Or
learn
on the
more
nose
about.
though too, New York, Empire, Frozen.
Oh yeah, Frozen Empire. Okay, maybe Empire State. I didn't even put that together. Frozen Empire. Maybe it's who knows? I don't want to speculate. But yeah, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire comes out this upcoming spring. Who the hell knows if it actually stick because of all the strike things going on. But let's check in with Amber one more time. I do weirdly enjoy the fact that we can sort of re-enjoy the movies of our childhood with our own kids, thanks to remakes, continuations, and new takes. It's been a wonderful walk down memory lane. I am with you, definitely. I got to do that recently in August, taking my daughter to the brand new Ninja Turtles movie that came out.
Yes.
She was all about that, and we couldn't wait to grab it when it came out in video on demand too.
And
So
if I'm enjoying remakes, this is a lot about me because I hate remakes
you do of songs and movies
of
typically,
anything.
but
The original
yeah,
artist can be remaking their own song, and I don't always like it.
re-recording trash. But that's gonna do it for us. I mean, stay tuned to the channel. I know Chris and I have not been on here as much, just been busy with, being dads
And
and
and to be frank, the
hobbies.
strike and everything has eliminated a lot of content that we can actually go over. So
Yeah.
we're gonna pop in here and there. The steady stuff right now, it's probably not gonna happen, but keep your eyes open, and we'll see where we go going forward.
Yeah, until then, two in the box, ready to go. We be fast, they be slow. We'll see you.